Oh, it cut off because I pushed a button. Bad girl, bad girl. Anyway, let's see if I can get a good spot for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's go right there. This tripod that I bought doesn't go real tall. Okay, so this is the reason for the seat support. So just me pushing down. Can you see how that seat collapses? And I'm not real strong. And yeah, the wood is strong. It can probably hold 200 pounds. But, you know, I know boys and men don't sit. Even women don't do this. Use your legs to lower yourself into the seat. They just release and flop into the seat. So I'm hoping that if I put some braces in, that this veneer here won't collapse on you. So now, nothing is completely square in the world. So this side is actually 13 inches, and this side was 13 and an eighth. Unfortunately, I didn't think ahead. When I made this brace, I made this one 13 and an eighth and this one 13, but when I put this brace in, I didn't put these two in the right spot. So I had to sand down this one yesterday to make it fit nice and snug. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drill pilot holes. Yeah, you're saying, well, you already put in, with the jig, you already put these pockets in. Well, old wood, as it ages, gets denser. And sometimes when it gets denser, depending upon its environment, like if it's outside or inside out of the weather, those cells, as they mummify and get denser and compact together, they can become what's called ironwood. Now, ironwood is both really strong and brittle at the same time. So if I were to drill a hole into this, it might crack because it doesn't have any moisture for elasticity. You know, like a new piece of pine will have a little bit of elastic to the cells, and when you drill into it, most of the time it won't split. But old wood can split. So we're going to drill again through the holes that we made for the angle of the screw bits into this wood so that we don't split the antique wood. But first, we're going to get this put in place. That means gluing it. And I'm going to shut up and try to fast forward through this part. See, this is why I need gravity to work, because this wood is about 1/8 of an inch narrower than this wood. So I need to hold this side is good because it's so nice and tight. I got it in there. But this side is looser, so it might pop up. But we're gonna get this and put some pressure on it when I actually put the screws in so that it's holding that veneer up where it belongs. Okay, so let's drill the pilot holes. Now to drill a pilot hole, we have to pick the right bit for the drill. So what you want to do is, I don't know if you can see it, but between the bite, what would you call that? God damn it, there's a name for it. I'm old. Anyway, we want to go a little bit smaller than the core of the screw because you want it to have some bite. If you pick too small of a bit, it will still crack the wood. If you pick too large, this screw won't hold. So I picked the bit, I already put it in the drill, and now I'm going to show you how I drill this pilot hole. I'm putting the drill upside down. I'm going to put my hand underneath it because I don't want this, the chuck, to gouge the wood. And this is a good way to do it. Okay, oh, you gotta have the battery, silly old woman. Yeah, I know. If I was a professional YouTuber, you'd never see the mistakes and it wouldn't be this stream of consciousness. But I think because you're young, it's good to see that grown-ups make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. You know, admitting that you mixed up this piece of wood with this piece of wood, that's okay. Because, you know, nobody's perfect. Nobody is. And when you see nothing but perfect scripts and no mistakes from the people that you're viewing on YouTube or the people around you, you think, oh, I gotta be perfect too, and that puts a lot of stress on you. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to know how to fix your mistakes. So it's okay. Now I didn't have to go in all the way because it's only like, I think that's about 1 inch, maybe 1 1/8 inches. Now over here on this piece of wood, it keeps popping up, so I'm going to drill the hole and then I'm going to change out the bit right away and put this screw in because I want it to hold it down. And then we'll stop the video and I will do all this work and make another one. Okay, so now I'm going to change out the bit and I'll show you the bit I'm using and how to screw in that one screw. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, so to keep from gouging the wood, I got the right bit in to go in the screw. It's a square head, which God only knows why. Anyway, so we loosen up that chuck and I put an extension on it so I don't have to hold my hand on the piece in a specific spot to get that screw in. Now we're going to put the screw in the hole that we made, and see, it didn't go all the way in. But to keep the bit from slipping, we're going to put the bit in and make sure it's nice and tight in that square hole in the beginning. And then put the bit in the extension. That keeps the bit from slipping out of the screw. Oh, and we gotta push down. Oh, that means Auntie has to stand on the chair and use some weight. There we go. Oh, still slipped out. Oh, nice and tight. Now that'll hold that in place. Okay. Now we're going to talk real quick before I shut it off. We're going to talk about how to make things even, especially if you have parts that slide. So what I'm going to do after I shut this off is I'm going to drill the pilot hole over here and put that screw in, and then put this one in and this one in, and then I'm going to come back and do the secondary ones. Now, the reason you do this, and I'm going to give you the example of changing a tire. I don't know if you've done this yet. So you have the wheel hub that has the brake behind it, and it usually has 5 screws. Forgive my shakes, doing the best I can. So then, when you take off these bolts, and you take the nuts off these bolts, when you're changing the tire, you start at the top, so this is 1, and you're doing kind of a star shape. This is 2, then you do 3, then you do 4, then you do 5. And when you put it back in, when you put the new tire back on, or the spare, you put the nuts on in the same way you took them off, but you don't tighten them down. You leave some play behind the nut until you get them all on. The reason is, this is the side view of the wheel hub, right? And you have the bolts coming out here, all right? And then you have the new tire come on. If you tighten this one up, that top one, what happens? Even though you can't see it, the new tire, the spare, will go on at an angle because you've tightened that all the way down, and you haven't left any play for the bottom bolt and nut to go on completely and properly. So you don't tighten them down all the way until you have them all on, and then you come back again and you tighten them in the same order, that star shape. So in all actuality, I should not have tightened this screw all the way down. I should be doing this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. But because this board slips, I'm going to do this one, and then I'll do the insides. So after this, I'm going to shut this off. There might be another video, but I'm going to find, because I'm missing over here, there is this bolt that holds the arm on, the curved arm, but there's also a screw, a large screw that holds something And I'm not sure if it goes all the way through. I measured it, this empty one back here. Can you see that? I measured it with I measured it with an old paintbrush as far as it would go. And then I made a mark. Oh, ow! See, mistakes. On the paintbrush. Whoops, right there. Made a mark. So let's see what this screw actually does. Oh, it does go all the way into the arm. So I'm going to replace this one back here while I have the chair upside down. So the next video will be the chair right side up, and maybe I'll show you what I'm doing next. Or if you want, because you're young, you already go to locker rooms at different places playing hockey and baseball and that kind of thing. But when you get into where you're going to go to school, you might have what they call the public showers, like they do at campgrounds. And I thought, well, maybe you would like to see what a young person who uses public showers should have in a bathroom kit. And you're like, oh, I already know that. But maybe I have a little piece of advice that nobody's ever told you or you don't know. So we would really appreciate it if you'd let me know if you would rather me keep showing you what I'm doing on the chair, or if you'd like to know what you need in a bathroom kit for college, or if you'd like to know how to clean your shower and your toilet so that it's a little easier to clean every time, or if you want me to show you how to make diabetic friendly cookies, you know, whatever works. You have a good day. Bye.